GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Wake up, Ghana, your morning star, right? News, views, inspiration.
Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, cherished and valued listeners and viewers of GhanaTalks Radio. Welcome to another beautiful edition of the Breakfast Show on GhanaTalks Radio, where we serve you interesting topical conversations. These are not just mere conversations. These are issues that matters to you this and every morning. I am your host, Deborah Dawson. I'm doing this with Miss Regina Bless and Miss Nabi. Before we go on to our main topics for discussion this morning, let's look at some trending news headlines we have this morning. So we are starting right from the publisher. It says President Mahama worse than Akufo-Addo on free speech, and this is from Martin Pebu. 1 million chop bribery scandal. Ghana U.S. hand fugitives after ex-Tema oil refinery boss conviction. To the Daily Guide, Attorney General Ghana leaders train Assemblies of God Ghana leaders train 250,000 pastors in Gambia. Atoforcing opens new military facilities. And also in Daily Guide, Goldfield must stay. This is from the youth of Unison. Wontumi files for bill pending appeal. To the Chronicles, which minister took the 1 million bribe? Attorney General promises full investigation into Axan energy deal. That restructuring gains at risk in 2027 over 28. In the Custodian newspaper, National Security Protect Kevin Taylor in Ghana, Martin Pebu reveals. Another foreign bribery scandal hit the National Democratic Congress. And to the Daily Graphic, Cocoa Board flout local bonds, target 16 billion annually to finance cocoa purchases. To the Ghanaian publisher, Ato Commission Butler Barracks and applause Unique Development Company. Cocoa Bill will hurt farmers. MPP caution President John Dramani Mahama. And to Daily Graphic, Cocoa Board flout local bonds, target a sum of 16 billion annually to finance cocoa purchases. Supreme newspaper says Gamancha commends MIA for historic 1.1 billion profit and also 5.309 billion revenue. Future of Ghana is tied to NDC, Kofi Boa revealed. And also my mission to rebuild Ashanti New Patriotic Party for 2028 victory. And this is for Asantemine Koka. So this is what we have on the front pages this morning. Moving straight to Studio B to meet my ladies, and then from there we'll discuss the topic for this morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Hope you are doing good.
By grace.
Like I can't hear your voice. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good by grace, yes.
Mine was fantastic at that. Navi, how was your weekend?
Yeah, mine was so good. Yeah, it's good.
Hope you slept well. Shorter day, longer night, shorter day. Which is which?
I slept well, even though the night was short, but
at least you are here today.
Yes.
The most important thing is whether the night is short or long, you still have, the responsibility to serve the people. And that is why we are here this morning. Okay, so we are moving straight into our topic for discussion this morning. Associate Professor of Accounting and Finance and also Economic Advisor to the Vice President, Professor Sharif Mahmoud Khalid, has challenged claims that Ghana's democracy is currently under siege, arguing that available international indicators do not support such conclusion. Speaking in an interview during a discussion on the New Patriotic Party's Democracy and Attack demonstration, Professor Khalid said the state of Ghana's democracy should be assessed using empirical evidence rather than isolated political incidents and partisan narratives. He pointed to Ghana's position in international press freedom assessment as one of the indicators that should inform the debate. Professor Khalid cited Ghana's ranking as 39 out of 180 countries globally and 4th in Africa on press freedom, arguing that the ranking raises questions about claims that the country's democratic system is under siege. Why is our press freedom ranking today as we speak? He asked. Because that is part of the process of democracy. It is part of the democratic dispensation. Ghana is ranked 39th out of 180 countries and 4th in Africa. He said the data is particularly relevant because the assessments are produced by organizations that monitor democratic governance and freedoms rather than by the government itself. Professor Khalid also urged Ghanaians to consider other international governance indicators, including the Mo Ibrahim Index, when assessing the country's democratic performance. He acknowledged that Ghana has experienced incidents that have generated concerns about the exercise of democratic rights, but cautioned against using individual cases to conclude that the entire democratic system is under attack. His comment followed the MPP's Democracy Under Attack demonstration, during which the party accused the government of arbitrary arrest, selective justice, intimidation of political opponents, and attempt to undermine democratic institutions. Professor Khalid maintained that the debate should focus on measurable evidence and broader institutional performance. So this is from Associate Professor of Accounting and Finance and Economic Advisor to the Vice President, Professor Sharif Mahmoud Khalid. And he gave this comment based on the demonstration that went on in the previous week, where we saw the MPP party demonstrating because they feel like democracy is under siege, and particularly they feel like their freedom of speech have been infringed on. And he's stating that if democracy is under threat, there wouldn't even be instances where you will be seen on the street demonstrating, because it is the opposite in other African countries. Other African countries, you're not being given the opportunity to even step out to demonstrate. This is how terrible it is in some other African countries. But when you come to Ghana, where the New Patriotic Party are complaining that democracy is under siege, their freedom is being suppressed, it's a different thing. Because if democracy is under siege, there shouldn't be an instance where you should even be on the street to demonstrate at the first place. And then he said we should not only pay attention to what they are saying to conclude. We shouldn't pay attention to some concerns raised by a group of people or one or two people, and then we conclude that our democracy is under siege. We should pay critical attention to relevant people who bring out searches or research with vivid facts. And then he brought one with when they were assessing the whole African country. Ghana was 4th globally as one of the African countries that are democracy is really in place. There is nothing that shows that democracy is under siege when it comes to African countries. And then globally, Ghana is 10th. So what shows that our democracy is not in place? Is it for political reasons, or they're just doing this because they want to gain attention from the people, or they are doing this based on reasons known personally to them? Miss Regina Bless.
Okay, so one thing I'm happy about is the fact that he made mention of this when he talking about partisan narrative and political incidents. So the NPP demonstration that was dubbed Democracy Under Attack was obviously from a political perspective.
Okay.
With the reason of me saying this is because their main focus was based on, according to them, political arrest and also their free speech being infringed upon. I don't know, just recently, was it Senegal or one of the countries jailed their TikTokers? Each year, I think 3 TikTokers, they jailed them, but I didn't really read in depth into it because the headline alone was catchy for me. So I was just concentrating on the headline. And this should tell you that Ghana is indeed tolerating certain things. And this is the time where we need to act fast as a country. When we talk of treason is an act that deals with like I say high level of should I say high level of sin or high level of crime. And most of the times those treason is attributed to presidency and any top official in government.
Right.
You can't just wake up and start insulting the president of a whole country and you expect nothing to be done to you. No arrest. And these political parties are rather enabling their people to do more. Saturday I saw a video. I never chanced upon that video. During the NPP demonstration, you people are fighting against arrest. And I saw one woman saying, I can't say then, I said, Mahama, what you say? She said, Mahama, there's this animal, animal. And she said, Mahama, you are this. And I was like, and one person was telling her that, stop it. And I was so, jai. And my question is, even your colleague who is an MPP knows that what you are doing is wrong. So you don't, in as much as you are there demonstrating doesn't mean that you should use harsh words. I always say this, that you can criticize without using abusive words. But when it comes to our political parties in Ghana here, that is the only language they understand. Harsh words, abusive words, insults. Even some of the communicators, from their languages, you can know, say, oh, wait there, it is in their blood. So free speech doesn't mean that our free speech is not limited. It is limited. Even with your parents, you have the free speech. But can you stand in front of your mom and tell her, say, ma, excuse me, to say, we are boy? You can't do that. No. Can you stand in front of your dad and say, Dada, your mama kasa bibi jijo?
Yeah.
So we should normalize these things. If you can't do it for your parents, then don't do it to any elderly person. And surprisingly, looking at Bawumiaba, she's not a Gen Z. She is not a Gen Z.
So she's a millennial.
And because looking at her, she's not a Gen Z. Probably she just have a slender body. And looking at Camila and Hassan, she's also not a Gen Z. She's an adult. Looking at Mami One, is it Mami One or Mama One? Mami One, who has 4 children, she'll tell you that she's not a Gen Z. So if these adults who experience harsher a parental treatment
are doing
like this, how much more
the Gen Zs?
The Gen Zs are not even doing this. I am so much interested in this generation, because this generation, they will give you bars upon bars without insulting you. And they are telling you the truth. So with what the man is saying, that is it. Our democracy is never under attack. If it is under attack, we would have been arrested by now. And we saw instances where the past administration were arresting media personnel. We saw it. Not that we didn't see it. We saw it. Some people experienced it. Channel 1, they experienced it. Joy, they experienced it. Peace, is it Peace FM or UTV? They experienced it. Almost like 90% of all the radio stations are experiencing those things. I think Obatampa also experienced an arrest. And this young man who does something morning show. Is it Good Morning Ghana? He was in Metro, the studio and Metro. They just badged
Metro
in.
TV. I've forgotten his name. Is that Good Morning or Good Evening? One of them is for MPP and one is for NDC. It was the NDC person that was attacked. But I've forgotten his name.
So you see, our democracy is not under attack. The fact that we are practicing democracy doesn't give you the right to disrespect leaders of a country. If you're at fault, you need to be arrested. And I'm happy that Senegal has also started.
Yeah.
Now they should come out and come and tell us that it's not good to arrest. Akolaya then you buna.
So should we blame this on illiteracy? Because as you said, these are grown up women and men. I mean, people old enough to be my dad. They are supposed to know the right thing to do. So if somebody who is supposed to advise me, so this should have been something that should be done by you get it? So that an elderly person will have to advise me that, no, Debbie, you don't do it this way, you do it that way. But if someone who is supposed to advise me is rather taking the wrong step, then what type of signal is it putting across? Are we safe in this country?
We are not safe in this country because the leaders themselves are condoning it. And also, he asked, should this be blamed on illiteracy?
Yes, illiteracy.
No, I don't think so. The fact that
is it that they don't have knowledge about that, or it's intentional?
Being an illiterate doesn't mean that you don't have sense. Being an illiterate just has to do with our education aspects. Unko school that unim school unim akinkai. That is the only part of being an illiterate. But when it comes to your normal sense, you have sense. So you shouldn't be blamed on that. These people are just ill-mannered, they lack discipline, and also their party involved is not also helping them. Because there's no way an NDC communicator would come and sit on a radio station, a TV station, will insult any other your friend is a leader, and the leaders of that party will just sit down watching. They will support you, but at the end of the day, they will reprimand you. That is one thing I know when it comes to the NDC. Aside that some of your friend is saying Sami Jane Fee and Co.
Yeah, but you know they're also making claim that they said during the
yes, they too. During what?
During their Akufo-Addo's reign as president.
Sami Jane said, "You not got your now so much channel, and so man channel you just go working scot-free, because it is a threat on someone's life."
Yeah.
And that was so wrong. With the song he sang, and with what one of the TikTokers said, say Munku Munku Mahama Nelodina. What's the difference? It's the same thing. So you see, that is where most of these NPP politicians don't want to understand selective justice.
Right.
So we should not blame this on Senipa no one Koswana Onimshe.
So long as this is there.
Yes.
Miss Nabi, should we say that it is karma getting back at the NDC government, because the NPP keeps making claims that when Akufo-Addo was in power, you equally did same. So it's as if we are also revenging what you did. The foundation you've created, that is what we are building on. Is it their karma, or we should just say this is for political purposes?
I'll not say it's for revenge, because if someone did a right thing, I don't think the police or somebody will go after you. If you say something, though you have the right to speak out your mind, but if you put it in the right way and you don't go against someone or defames the person or inform people, I don't think someone will go after you. Okay. And they're saying this one democracy is under siege. I don't think so, because if it is under siege, as they say, I don't think we'll be allowed to speak, because journalists are still publishing, citizens are posting. What we need to focus is, it's rather democracy is we have a smoke. There is a smoke that is there, but we shouldn't try to burn the house down. There is no house on fire. It's rather we should focus on the smoke in a way to, put it out, not rather burn it down.
So why must it always be the New Patriotic Party? Because aside the New Patriotic Party, I've not seen any sole individual going on demonstration like previously when Akufo-Addo was the president. We saw instances where the NDC demonstrated. We have independent bodies that also demonstrated against democracy being attacked, especially when it has to do with freedom of speech being infringed upon. We saw individual or independent bodies demonstrating. But as it stands now, it looks as if it is only the MPP who are complaining that things are not going on. What is going on?
For the MPP, this demonstration, for me personally, I would say it's a strategy the MPPs have taken. It's not a genuine demonstration. It's a public seeking, like they are seeking attention and sympathy from the people. 2028 general election is just ahead. Because if it is a demonstration that you people are saying it's a genuine something, I was on the field. I saw people. We should change. What change are you people talking about? If you are here to, protest on, something you think it's not right, but people they are this one campaigning over there. Are you demonstration on what is happening, or you are there to campaign? And there's people that were there to we've seen certain people that, sorry to say, they are not
You wanted to use a word, be mindful so they don't come for you.
Yeah. I don't know how to put them. You can see someone going. You don't think this person is okay. Sorry,
I've gotten what you want. You want to
yeah. So I don't think this stage they are talking about is something that is going on. Okay. We have a stress to tackle. Democracy. We have a lot of things to focus on, not about this democracy and the attack.
Okay. We have a lot of things to focus on and not democracy under siege. What are your thoughts? Is that democracy really under siege as the MPP are claiming, or is something else? Put it right here under the comment section. Now to our next topic for discussion. Private legal practitioner Martin Pebu has criticized the arrest of individuals accused of insulting the government, arguing that the number of such arrests under the president's administration in its first 1.5 years already surpasses those recorded during the 8-year tenure of former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He described the situation as a poor record for the Mahama administration and called for a national conversation on how to address offensive public commentary without resorting to arrest. Mr. Pebu argued that arrests were not an appropriate response to insult directed at the president or government officials. Although he acknowledged that insulting public officials was wrong, he said the state could not arrest everyone who made offensive remarks. In an interview on Key Point, he said this current government has arrested more people on matters of free speech than Akufo-Addo's 8 years. It is a bad record for John Dramani Mahama. They should be careful. Mahama should pay attention. This thing starts small. Before he realizes all the goodwill is gone, let the people talk. During Akufo-Addo's tenure, Mahama called him and others a Chim Sakawa Mafia. Who arrested him? He asked. Mr. Pebu cited instances where former President Jerry John Rawlings and other public figures made harsh comments about political leaders without being arrested. He suggested alternative measures, including fines or public naming and shaming where appropriate, as possible ways of dealing with offensive comment instead of arrest. We said Akufo-Addo was stone dead. Mampam, did he arrest me? Nana Jantua called Akufo-Addo Nebuchadnezzar. Did she popularize it? Allow Ghanaians to talk. Late President Jerry John Rawlings called former President J. Akufo while in office a thief. He didn't arrest JJ. You can't shut people down by arrest. I think the government should sit up. As for the insult, there is nothing you can do about it. It's part of accountability, he stressed. His comment comes in the wake of the MPP's democracy and attack demonstration, which the party said was organized to defend the rule of law, constitutional governance, and democratic accountability. I don't want to say I was surprised when I heard this coming from Martin Pebu. Hi! When I saw this on Saturday, I was following his discussions on Saturday. And when I saw him say that, for a second, I was like, is this really coming from Martin Pebu? Or maybe let me reset myself and then come back to listen to what he has to say. And he's saying that this is normal. It's part of accountability. And then he says the arrest under President John Dramani Mahama administration is becoming way too much than former President Akufo-Addo's era. And then he stated instances where he called President Akufo-Addo Mampam. He wasn't arrested. He cited instances where Mahama called President Akufo-Addo a Chim Sakawa mafia. He wasn't arrested. And also Nanaya Jantwa, who was recently, I don't want to use the word disgraced, but talked upon by the minority leader as a nobody, also called the then Akufo-Addo president a whole lot of names, including our late president Jerry John Rawlings, giving the former president also a name, J. Ekufuor. He said J. Ekufuor is a thief. But then he wasn't arrested. So why is it that President Mahama, anytime somebody cough, you arrest the person. The person sneeze, you arrest the person. The person say, ow, my head, you arrest the person. What is going on in Ghana? The arrest is becoming too much under President Mahama's administration than compared to Akufo-Addo's administration. Miss Regina Bless. Is it true? If we want to compare arrest that was made during Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo's tenure and that of President John Dramani Mahama currently, when we compare these two, which of these two presidents do you think arrest was made? I mean, people were being arrested because they said one or two things against the government, or were being criticized the government, and they were being arrested. Comparing these two administrations, which of this administration, arrested people more? Mahama or Akufo-Addo?
Honestly, I wouldn't know about that because I can't keep record. But to talk based on what I saw, during the past administration, I can't remember the likes of Vomawo, lawyer Vomawo, Ama governor, and some protesters. Yes, they were arrested unlawfully. Let me put it that way. They were arrested unlawfully because the demonstration they started was illegal. It was a legal demonstration, as in legal in the aspects that they went for all the permits necessary to make sure that the demonstration held. And one thing we shouldn't forget is, as Ghanaians or as any citizen of a country, whether Ghana, US, USA, Argentina, any other country, they have the right to protest if something is not sitting well with them. There's this in Germany, there's a law. Once something is going on wrong, you have the right to come out and protest. You don't even have to wait for police permits or anything. You just go out on the street and start protesting. But it should be peaceful. And we've seen instances where some of these protesters who were arrested in times were having a peaceful protest, but all of a sudden tear gases, hot water was being thrown at them. And that was another aspect that we need to criticize. Sometimes this violence doesn't even start from the protesters themselves. It starts from some of these law enforcers, police officers who are there to make sure that everything is going on well and safeguard people. So looking at the past administration, I would say and can boldly say they arrested people, for nothing. I'm a governor. Who they arrested them for nothing, and some of these people were detained for over 3 weeks. Some of the lawyers didn't even know the whereabouts of these people, and when they came out, they were complaining bitterly of not even being treated well, not eating well, not drinking water well, and these people were still there. For what exactly? For protesting against the current administration. That was then Akufo-Addo's government. But this time around, these people have the free will to protest. You would only be picked up if you cause chaos. If it was the past administration, demonstration, but this current administration, you are saying that your democracy is under siege, your democracy is under attack. But you were able to exercise that democracy. Come out willingly. Come out and your friends and protest and see the number of police officers that was given to you, and you are saying your democracy is under attack. the democracy these people are talking about is their own democracy and not Ghana as a country's democracy. So with the arrests, I can't say whether the past administration arrested more than
the MPP administration.
But when he said more arrests, and he remembered what one guy during the demonstration said, he said President Mahama saying that he will do 24 hours economy. He has arrested more than the 24-hour economy. But one thing I want us to understand is, if someone is on the wrong side, we need to caution,
right,
and not support.
Okay. So with this coming from Martin people, are you disappointed?
So I was trying to get in the law if there's any anywhere that says they can't be arrested if they disrespect. So they are saying disrespect is not the same as committing a crime, but when it comes to that aspect of your friend is saying misinformation, abuse of languages, and also a threat to someone's life, you can't be arrested.
Okay.
There's no way someone would say what word will I say? Maybe this current government is not serious, this current government is being a hypocrite. They will not arrest you. Where they will arrest you is when you use those in languages, that harsh languages, abuse of words, and also go as far as disrespecting the president, and also your friend is saying threat on these people's life. When you study the trend, that is the trend. Sometimes I feel like you will not be, your kind is saying, looking at all those people arrested, I felt like they will never be arrested. But they were arrested because some were even saying that the president should be killed. Yeah. And one woman even went as far as insulting Lordina Mahama, using her body to... Yeah. You will be picked up. How can normal insult? Normal insult, but when see the thing she was saying. Yeah, releasing in age, she's still. Ashime Pan said she's pregnant.
She's pregnant?
Yes.
For who? Okay. That was that's what I thought. I just want to know. I'm just a concerned citizen, because the reason why I'm asking this is that anytime someone is arrested, they come up with an excuse.
Yeah, but for her, with that, you can't make an excuse.
She's really is she really pregnant, or because she just want to?
No, they went to do the test,
and she's pregnant.
She was indeed
so
pregnant.
What next?
But they said still whatever trial will still go.
Oh, okay. Okay. Aye. So, Miss Nabi, did we bring this upon ourselves? Because this started way back. It's like a drop of water. A drop of water. There is a drop of water here, and then you don't check where this water is dropping from. So if this ceiling has a hole in it, and then there is a drop of water coming into the studio every second, and then we don't seal it, it expand. And that is why they said it was a drop of water make a mighty ocean, right? Yeah. If the hole in the ceiling is not being sealed, you'll be surprised that this place will be flooded with water, and then we cannot even see it here to work. So don't you think we tolerated this ourselves? It happens, and then it's like we didn't pay close attention to it, and now it's as if we are reaping what we sow.
Yeah, I also think same. Because thinking of Martin people, right? He's saying this kind of thing. So you see welcoming what these people are saying. Let's look at Kabila Al-Hassan, what she was saying. Is it okay for her to be saying sad things to a whole president? Is that what he's saying?
Maybe. Maybe, or because do you remember he was taking, when he protested against the removal of OSP, the Office of the Special Prosecutor. He wanted the OSP Kisi Jabin should be removed, and then the office totally scrapped, and then he was being begged, and I think for 2 days or 3 days his lawyer did not even know his whereabouts, and it became a whole lot of issue. So I don't know whether he's giving this comment based on what he went through himself.
Okay, because what I've seen, what he's saying is trying to say that we should welcome this kind of thing. Everybody can say whatever they want
to say.
even if they are misinforming people. They are saying certain things that can lead to something huge, crime and all that. We should just sit there and welcome it, because he himself has ever done same and nothing has happened to him. So I think
we should we just accept that? So I feel like we can do something about that, because it getting out of hand. And anytime we have, I don't know whether you studied this, but anytime we have communicators coming in here, both MPP and NDC, they kept backing their claims with what the previous administration did. So you hear the person say that, but when your government came in power, you did ABC. So if we are in power and we are doing EDFG, you shouldn't complain, because it's as if something you've laid down and we are building on. So why are you complaining?
it's totally wrong. It's not supposed to be so. Because you can't say because this administration does something wrong, so when we also come into power, we also do the same thing. It's entirely wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to say this thing, but it skipped my mind.
What is that?
I've forgotten. It's same about what we are talking about,
Okay.
but I'll get back to you.
Okay. I think by the time I go to Reggie and come back, I'm sure you remember what you wanted to say. Regina, do you see us, like, do you see Ghana overcoming this attitude? Because trust me, this has become an attitude, and it's as if we've accepted it, that this is how it's going to be. That so long as you are a government official, accept criticism, that somebody can just sit down in their home, take their phone, insult you, insult your mother, and then you should just keep quiet and look at me, because well, that is it. Can we change the status quo, or we should just accept the fact that, well, it has become normal after all? Then we just abide by it. Anybody that comes, it continues. Then we know that that this is how it is when it has to do with politicians and people taking up role in politics. Can we change it, or we should just accept it that is how it is? Anybody who comes on board, you can just take your phone and insult anybody at all, and then you're allowed to go scot-free.
Okay, so I think that narrative or that normalization can be changed, but it needs to start with these politicians themselves. Because if you really check the trend, after these people are being arrested, Afenyo Markin and his likes of people, group of people go in and support these people. And at the end of the day, I quite say Akolaya Adena will encouraging say on ye. If they start abandoning these people, no one will come out and say any of this harsh words, because looking at the bill conditions, I'm not undermining anyone, but looking at them, they are not getting that money anytime soon. But here lies the case. The party, that is NPP as a whole, the party gives these people lawyers. They have an official party lawyer that stands in for these people. And at the end of the day, they themselves so brings up the bill money, that the money that is being requested. They bring that money up, and the sureties, they make sure that they stand in for these people. When you do that, you're encouraging disrespect in a country. You're encouraging attacks on leaders in a country. Our leaders, I'm not saying they are God, but they are what word should I use? Should I say demigod? Yes, kind of. We need the and should I also use sacred? No, I can't use sacred. But almost sombo, and that respect should be given to them. Sisiano obia chinenim. Wo ye penyina omuchu enima akola bi eni ho bebu nti nkola na omo ba no de omo hu na eno na omo nso omo beye. So if you want this thing to stop, it starts with the politicians themselves, from the NPP to the NDC. If your party member, your supporter does something which is wrong, reprimand them. Even if you're supposed to reprimand them in public, do it. Right. And at the end of the day, go in private and correct them and say, don't do this again. Next time if you do this, we will not support you. No.
Miss Nabi, how do we change the narrative?
As Miss Regina said, it should start from the leaders. Because I feel that if I go out, I'm using my, like a story. If I go out and cause a fight and break somebody's leg, and I come home and tell my mom about it, and my mom will be like, no, next time don't break the other leg, break both legs. After all, I'm behind you. Anything be a. So if my mom is backing me, why would, if I go out there, I'll do whatever I want, because I know my mom is out there. It's same as what is happening to our political parties out here. So I feel they need to change their mindset. If somebody is wrong, they should let the person know you are wrong. Not even minding the party the person is from. Tell this person what you are doing is wrong, so that all this kind of thing will change. Because I feel this, looking at Baumia, but the first attempt, she was arrested and she got bailed out by these big people, and she didn't change. She continued to do the same thing, and she has been arrested again. So look at this. Where is this taking us? So I feel the people out there need to, change their mindset. Forget the political, everything they tell us at politics. Anything at all in Ghana here, even if a child died, they will take it as politics. So you see,
So where is this taking us? I think this is one thing we should ask ourselves. Where is it taking us? Are we heading towards a positive note, or we are heading towards a negative note where when we get there we'll crash as a country? When that happens, it's going to backfire very hard on us as Ghanaians. So I think the right thing should be done. So senior lawyer and vice president of Imani Africa, Kofi Bentil, has argued that Ghana's persistent bribery challenge cannot simply be blamed on the salaries of public officials. He described it instead as a culture that has become embedded in the delivery of government services. In an interview, Mr. Bentil said reducing bribery will require more than increasing salaries. He said the country must combine strict enforcement with the depersonalization of government services to reduce opportunities for officials and citizens to engage in corrupt transactions. We have generated a culture of bribery, and it's not about people's salary. It is a culture of bribery. It has always been there, but what have we done about it? He asks. Mr. Bentil identified the depersonalization of government services as one of the most practical ways to tackle bribery. He explained that many bribery opportunities arise because citizens are required to interact directly with officials to access basic government services. According to him, removing unnecessary face-to-face interactions through digital system would make it more difficult for officials to demand or solicit unofficial payment. The thing that creates a bribery opportunity is when you are forced to go before the person and more or less. They also behave as if they are doing you a favor, he said. His comment comes amid growing concern over bribery in Ghana's public institutions, with the Ghana Police Service, particularly the Motor Traffic and Transport Department, identified as the institution most frequently associated with bribery. He believes Ghana already has the technological foundation to significantly reduce such interactions through the Ghana card system. Issue of bribery, we keep talking about this issue day in, day out, and it looks as if we are pouring water on a stove. Every day we talk about bribery and corruption, and he is saying that for us to bring a stop to bribery and corruption, there should be strict enforcement. It's not about increasing salaries. See, I know people who take 5,000 plus a month. They are still into bribery and corruption. You cannot stop them. It is in their blood. It has been embedded in them like a chip being embedded in a phone. Some people, it is part of them. Like the MTTD that are topping the list of government institutions that are into bribery and corruption. Police officers are being paid. They are being paid. Yeah, ensure more 4,000 or 3,000 a month. So that shouldn't, you taking 3,000 a month. What should push you into taking 10 cedis from an ordinary citizen, 10 cedis from a reckless driver? Instead of you telling the driver to do the right thing, you take 10 cedis, 5 cedis, and then you allow the driver to go scot-free because of 10 cedis, because of 5 cedis. But you take 3,000 in a month, 3,000 or 4,000 plus in a month. This should be even given to people who take like maybe 1,000 or 500 in a month. But even the people who take 1,000 and 500 cedis in a month are comporting themselves so well. And then government institutions who are supposed to know better, taking bigger salaries, they are into bribery and corruption as if their lives depends on it. And it's an eyesore sometimes when you see police officers in their uniform running, chasing after drivers because of 10 cities. And then you ask yourself, so why are you here? Just forgo the police work and then be chasing these drivers for 10 cities. It's understandable. But in a police uniform, a well-respected uniform, and then you're chasing after 5 cities, oh, come on, it's a tarnish on the image of that particular profession. Miss Regina Bless, be at it again. Bribery and corruption. We keep saying this thing, but it's as if they are still doing it. I don't know what specific words they want us to use so that they can understand it better. Mr. Bentel is saying that it's not about the increment of salary, but it's about we enforcing the law with, strict hands. That is where we can, bring a stop to bribery and corruption. If not, then we should forget it. Do you buy into his idea?
So, as he's saying, and you cited an example, it's not about the salary, because looking at these top officials who are involved in bribery and corruption, their salary compared to the salary in Drew Baby, they are taking a lot.
Sure.
During the first term of President Mahama, one minister said, "You people think our salary is plenty? It's not plenty. It's just 15,000."
You get it?
I was like, "You are saying just? You've added just to 15,000. What of we that you are taking 500,000, 1,500? Which what should we say?
You are working in a spirit."
So see. It is not about the salary as he's saying.
Right.
I quite say, me, if you are corrupt, I see say it is in your blood. No one can influence you to be corrupt. No, are you corrupt?
I'm not.
Can I influence you to be corrupt?
At all, my sister.
I can't influence either. I can't. I can't influence Nabi to be corrupt. I can't influence Rock to be corrupt. No one can also influence me to be corrupt. So you see, I don't think that it is about the salary. It's about greed, envy. That is it. These two things, greed, and most especially, and
perfect life.
And I feel like in every process institution, that is what goes on. Because looking at sometimes the construction of the road, it tells you that these people are corrupt.
Right.
Because you can't see contractor and this one. Nah, peanuts.
They slash
almost slash or be an idea. So the corruption it will take a very long time for these people to be able to stop corruption and bribery. And the police officers, you were making an example that they'll take 10 the 10 cedis is more even important to them than
the 4,000 they are taking in a month. Oh, my sister. Because for the sake of time, please, Nabi. It's in a second. Okay. So, Miss Regina, come in with Today in History, and then we take it from there. 7:50.
Bringing you Today in History and some global observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. On this day, London learnt of American independence. News of the American Declaration of Independence reached London on this day, 1776, exactly 37 days after the Continental Congress approved it in Philadelphia. The vital dispatches arrived via a British warship and a fast mail packet crossing the Atlantic, confirming what the British government had long suspected. To some global observances, today is World Lion Day, dedicated to raising awareness about lion conservation, celebrating the king of the jungle, and highlighting the threats these big cats face in the wild. We also have National Lazy Day, offering an official, guilt-free excuse to slow down, skip chores, and do absolutely nothing. This really matters because it reduces stress, recharges the body, and boosts creativity. Lastly, we have National Shapewear Day to celebrate foundation garments, highlight comfort and body confidence, and recognize modern clothing technology. It marks the evolution of the undergarments designed to smooth and support. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances, live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless. And that's how we end it on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. You heard from Miss Nabi as well as Miss Regina. And I am Deborah Adolso. Up next is the news with Miss Nabi.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning. You're tuning to Ghana Talks Radio. It's Monday, 10th August 2026. Bringing you the morning news. My name is Zainab Ali. Coming up, Minister of Education revealed that revised basic school curriculum await cabinet approval. Investigations launch into Obuasi Senior High Technical School, the disturbances as RegSec vows to prosecute corporate. Overseer of Action Chapels calls for national prayers over Galamsey devastations. This and other news from business, sports, entertainment, and international news coming up to you this morning. The government is yet to adopt the revised basic school curriculum developed by the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment from kindergarten to primary 6. Speaking to the media, the Minister for Education disclosed that the new curriculum is currently undergoing a final review by the Ghana Education Service before it is forwarded to the Cabinet for approval and subsequent rollout across the basic schools. The review is crucial to ensure the document align with national education goals, teacher capacity, and available teaching and learning resources. The ministry says it will announce timelines for implementation once cabinet gives approval.
Government currently is reviewing. I've heard men and women in the media Some have already taken me to the cleaners with very heavy criticism. Government is yet to adopt the revised curriculum from kindergarten to primary 6. Is currently receiving the review attention of the Director General of GES and his team. But admittedly, we are repositioning the curriculum for learners from kindergarten to primary 6 with emphasis on values. That is why today's team remains significant and relevant for my purpose and for our purposes. That classroom learning is just not enough. Critical thinking, problem solving, analytical mind, and above all, the motto of great APAS, character building, will be central to the revised curriculum. I'm happy to note that in the revised curriculum from kindergarten to primary 6, the government of Ghana, under President John Dramani Mahamad's research, we are introducing robotics, coding, artificial intelligence, and electronics, and digital skills at the basic foundational learning for our learners. So we are, as a government, responding to a rapidly changing technological world, and we need to train learners who can adjust to a changing competitive world with digital skills. When it is revised, it will be submitted to Cabinet for government to take a position on its full implementation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure I want my wife to see me talking too much, as I have said, so let me keep it short now, and now respond to larger issues of government. John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic, leading the reset agenda of Ghana. Few months ago and few weeks ago, we shared with you in the presence of John Dramani Mahama that President Mahama will go down in history as the president under the Fourth Republic to have led the most comprehensive constitutional, legal, and administrative reforms. He has set the tone. Sooner than later, his Attorney General will walk towards Parliament with a cluster of entrenched and non-entrenched clauses to deepen our governance and to make governance more transparent and more accountable. When it comes to expanding infrastructure, you can see on your roads, not in the best of shapes, but to quote President Rawlings,
the Ashanti Regional Security Council has commenced investigations into the disturbances that occurred at Obuasi Senior High Technical School. In a statement, RICSEC condemned the incident and urged students to desist from acts of violence and instead use the appropriate channels to address their grievances. The council confirmed the assault of the head teacher during the disturbance and currently receiving treatment at the Komfuanoche Teaching Hospital. Meanwhile, the motive behind the disturbance is yet to be officially confirmed.
Just in the course of the week, we had a very terrible news of Obuasi sector, where a teacher, a headmaster for that matter, was assaulted. Students gathered here. I am encouraging you and calling on you. Do not assault your teachers. Do not vandalize the school properties. Even if you are in disagreement, you have an SLC. Mob justice is one that our laws frown against. And you are in an institution to be taught our laws, our tenets, and our beliefs as a country. In any event where there are any disagreement, suspicion whatsoever, and as future leaders who are being trained to replace us in the near future, you are encouraged to use the laid down procedures in seeking justice and seeking redress so far as any issues are concerned. So we want to say to our teachers that we are sorry, that we are now ready to coexist with you and to work hand in hand with you. And also to assure the general public that the state has taken huge interest in the matter. We are perusing same and will make sure wherever justice is due, same is served in due course.
The founder and general overseer of Action Chapel International, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, has called for sustained national prayers over the devastating impacts of Galamsey on farmlands and water bodies. Addressing congregants during Sunday service, the Archbishop expressed concern over the continued pollution of rivers and destruction of agricultural lands across mining communities. He urged governments, traditional authorities, religious leaders and citizens to unite the fight against Galamsey.
The children, the future of our children and our grandchildren, let that spell and deception be intercepted. We are praying concerning the healing of our water bodies and the land, that our water bodies and our land will not be poisoned. Through this galaxy, something is going on which we won't recognize it today, because we are operating under a veil and a spell. It's a veil and a spell of money, politics, and manipulations of fetish and demonic powers. All kinds of things are going on behind the scenes, and unless you go to the back end by discerning of spirit, you really can't tell what's going on. But a lot is going on, and we need to also pray for our agriculture sector and for the Minister of Agriculture. We need to pray that there will be no food shortage in our land. So I'm not just talking about Ghana. Ghana is number one on my priority, but the nations from Togo, Nigeria, Benin, and Zimbabwe, Malawi, you name them. We want to specifically pray that there will be no food shortage, because the land is being poisoned. Through the poison of the water, we are poisoning the land. So a time may come where we cannot sow and yield food or crops in the land, because the land is poisoned. So it cannot bear fruit. It can't yield the crops we need. And even if it does, because the land is poisoned, the food we are eating, the tomatoes, the yam, the apim, the contombre, the pepper, everything that comes from outside of the main city, they are poisoned. Eventually, if nothing happens, they keep being poisoned. So we will be eating mercury. We will be eating mercury. It will enter your system. You are eating and you think it's exciting, but you don't know what you are eating. And these are things that we just can't leave it to the politician only. And that's why I keep saying it is important to pray for those in authority and for whoever the president is, irrespective of the political party, because it looks like this two-party democratic system we are operating is dividing us as a nation and is turning us as enemies. So we hate one another. But I pray that there shall come a day where we will be united and brotherly love will prevail among us, instead of this division and bitterness and a sense of I will show you and a sense of revenge. It's just too much sickness in this system. And I don't know about your system where you come from, but lift up your hands, say we apply.
The executive director of Antanesgen Foundation, Alhaji Idrisu Mohammed Sani, says the annual youth summit is designed to steer young people away from substance abuse. Speaking ahead of this year's summit, Alhaji Sani said the initiative seeks to empower Ghanaian youth with skills, mentorship and civic responsibility to enable them become problem solvers in their communities. As part of the 2026 edition, 50 selected youth will be deployed to remote communities in the northern region. Their mandate is to identify pressing local challenges and propose practical community-driven solutions.
We have always been training the youth. Last year, we brought together 30 participants from various tertiary institutions, precisely SRC executives. We train them, we send them to communities to identify the community needs. They come back, we put them in groups. And when they go to the communities, they identify the challenges the communities have. They come back and debate on their various challenges they have identified. Then one of the groups that becomes a winner, the foundation goes there to execute the project for them. Last year, the winning community or the winning group was sent to Sabari community, and we went there to execute the project. Their main challenge was about their health facility, where we went and provided delivery beds, hospital beds, and other TPEs. Our main focus is to train the youth and shift their attention from this substance abuse into development-oriented. So for that reason, this particular year, we have increased the number from 30 to 50, and we're sending them to community from Nanton, Sakle from Sablogo Municipal, and then Zangalang from Kumbongo District tomorrow, after they are done listening to lectures from various intellectuals. We have Professor Alassa Musa, who will deliver a lecture, Dr. Abudu Abdul Ganiu, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam Anta, and two of his wise friends from the US who will also be delivering lectures today. So after today, we take them to the communities to identify problems, come back and debate on the problems. Then we take the winning group, go back to the community, and then execute the project on that group's behalf. On the youth, how to transform them to become leaders in the next generation.
The RNAQ Foundation has donated 200,000 Ghana cedis in cash and assorted food items to the Ga community as part of its support for this year's Homoho Festival. The presentation was made at the Ga Manche Palace in Accra, where representatives of the foundation joined traditional leaders and residents to mark the significance of the annual harvest celebration. Speaking at the ceremony, officials of RNAQ Foundation said the donation forms part of their corporate social responsibility and commitment to preserving Ghanaian culture.
Beyond going to the Chief Palace and paying homage and asking for me as God blessing, Mr. Kwe has also committed in association with the government. He's going to institute a scholarship fund to support all needy but brilliant Ghana students.
With sport, the full implementation of the Publican AI trade In business news, the full implementation of the Publican AI trade solution by the Ghana Revenue Authority has driven monthly customs revenue to an all-time high of 6.1 billion Ghana cedis in July 2026. GRA Commissioner General Dr. Anthony Sapon announced the benchmark, revealing a massive surge from the 4 billion Ghana cedi monthly average recorded before the AI-driven system was deployed. The newly deployed system has fundamentally altered the state revenue trajectory. Prior to the automation reforms, customs collection hovered around a 4.0 billion Ghana cedis monthly average. Following the rollout, collection climbed steadily to 5.5 billion Ghana cedis in June before peaking at the record-breaking 6.1 billion Ghana cedis in July. The system has effectively generated an incremental 1.3 billion Ghana cedis to 2.1 billion Ghana cedis in monthly revenue for state coffers over the last quarter. The automated system targets revenue leakage at the port by addressing under declaration. Out of 366,000 imports declaration analyzed, the system flagged 24%, nearly 1 in 4 shipments, for multiple revolution risk indicators. By cross-referencing declared origin, HS codes, and transaction values against global trade databases, the AI raised the aggregate declared cost, insurance, and freight value of imports by 6.3%, triggering a 17.5% uplift in assessed duty collection. The system acts as a decision support to supplying custom officers with risk assessment sheets rather than independently blocking cargo. Despite the fiscal success, the aggression implementation has sparked intense national debate. The Ministry of Finance defended the rollout by pointing out a severe trade mismatch between 2020 and 2025. Commercial Bank transmitted 127 billion US dollars out of Ghana, yet only 52 billion dollars worth of physical goods were declared. Conversely, local trade groups and civil society think tanks, including iMoney Africa, have raised concerns over transactional frictions. Critics argue that the algorithm can impose unfair penalties, inflate legitimate duties, and fail to recognize that not all outbound capital flight is intended for physical imports. Building on this customs success, the GRA plans to expand its automation strategies deeper into the domestic tax sector. The authority is preparing to mandate the installation of transactions tracking hardware into retail storefront to monitor VAT compliance in real time. To complement this, the consumer reward scheme will be launched to financially incentivize citizens who demand valid VAT receipts. With sports, the domestic front, the local component of the Black Meters completed a rigorous training session at the University of Ghana Stadium, led by Coach Ofe. The technical team is drilling a selection of top-performing talent from the Ghana Premier League and Division 1 League. Ghana has received a first-round bye for the U23 AFCON qualifiers, meaning the squad will formally begin the competitive campaign in October to secure a ticket to the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic Games. Currently, the Ghana Football Association finalized key dates for the 2026-2027 domestic football season. The Ghana Premier League is officially scheduled to kick off over the weekend of September 4th to 7, 2026. introducing a modified calendar with no regular midweek fixtures to protect player welfare. Defending champions Midiema SC will look to retain their crown against historical giants Asante Kotoko and Heart of Oaks, alongside the newly promoted side DBB United, FC Ashanti Gold 04 and Paul City FC. As the dust settle on a sovereign Commonwealth Games campaign, Ghanaian athletes' success pivots heavily onto its football frameworks. The immediate future release on the Black Queen's performances, an outcome that could send Ghana back to the global stage and revitalize on supporting fan base hungry for major victory. In entertainment, the highly anticipated summer boat party featuring Ghanaian reggae dancehall legend Samini was abruptly cancelled on Saturday night after chaotic skiing of overcrowding and gate crashing left and vessel structurally unsafe to sail, forcing British police to intervene. The White Night on the Thames cruise billed as one of the premium events of the summer for the Ghanaian diaspora in the UK ended in mass disappointment. Hundreds of ticket holders were evacuated from the boat at the pier after organizers lost control of crowd numbers, creating a severe safety hazard and threatening to capsize the vessel. Trouble began early in the evening when hundreds of fans dressed in the event required all-white attire queued up along the river. Authorities, the venue quickly became unimaginable as a large group of unticketed revelers breached security barriers and forced their way onto the boat. Port authorities and the UK police quickly noticed the vessel was sitting dangerously low in the water due to the massive weight of the unauthorized passengers. Fearing a major maritime disaster, law enforcement cancelled the cruise immediately and ordered a full evacuation. Taken to social media shortly after the incident, Samini expressed his deep regret to his fans but firmly distanced himself from the logistical failure. The My Own Hitmaker clarified that the cancellation was entirely due to the event planner overselling tickets and failing to secure the boarding gates. Meanwhile, furious fans who paid premium prices for tickets have flooded online platforms to demand immediate refunds and apology from the promoters. The disastrous outcome of the White Night on the Thames highlight the critical importance of strict crowd control and responsible ticketing and event planning, while Samini's team has assured fans that they are looking into alternative ways to make it up to them. The night remains a stark reminder of how poor organization can turn celebration into a safety nightmare. On global update, the United States Senate has advanced a major cryptocurrency regulation bill ahead of its August races. In a move that could reshape global digital finance rules, lawmakers say the bill aims to bring clearer oversight to crypto exchanges and stablecoins while protecting investors. The development comes as markets react to other global news. Apple is testing China's CXMT memory chips for iPhones and MacBooks, and OpenAI has flagged a possible cybersecurity risk in its upcoming AI model, tightening safety controls. China's factory gate inflation also eased to a 3-month low in July, signaling slower industrial price pressure. With crypto regulation, AI risks and inflation trends all in focus, global markets are bracing for a busy end to summer 2026. This is where we end today's morning news with me, Zainab Ali. Have a lovely day.
to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal. Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Wake up, Ghana, your morning star, right? News, views, inspiration.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
From Accra to the world, we bring the fresh stories, fresh energy every morning, full of fire and glory. Rise and shine, come join the line. Your day begins when the voices align. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Your daily dose, here we go. GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Only on GhanaTalks Radio. Turn it up.
Welcome to the second segment of the Breakfast Show on GhanaTalks Radio, where we dive deep into topical issues with our intellectual panelists sitting right here in the studio. And this morning, who are we going to communicate to, or who are panelists that are going to dissect, and all the sect into the topical issues we will be talking about this morning? And so we have Abdul Razak Hadi, member of the New Patriotic Party communication team member, and we also have Eugene Kweku Riafe, and also the NDC constituency deputy secretary Ablikuma South. So let me go to Studio B and welcome my intellectual panelists. Good morning. How are we doing?
By the grace of God, we're fine.
Okay. Mr. Riafe. Okay.
So
I'm also doing great. I'm happy to see you two in the house this morning.
We are happy to be
with
here.
Mr. Razak. I think it's quiet. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Well, you've traveled?
Yes. I left to the North, and then when I came back, your producer called, but we were having some exams to write. I had to excuse myself for the exams.
Oh, okay.
But thankfully, we are done, and I'm back.
Let's know when the graduation is in, so that we'll come and graze it for you.
Sure, definitely.
Okay. When you're coming from North, you didn't bring any legumes, beans, yam, anasa. It's finished.
I didn't come, from the house specifically.
Oh, okay.
I had to move from my hometown to Tamale for some time before I now come to Australia.
Oh, okay.
I had a lot of work to do in the house. It took a lot of my time, but hopefully when I'm coming next time,
please make sure.
Me,
I don't joke with yam.
Yes.
I don't joke with yam.
So I'll definitely get something for you.
Oh, okay. Mr. Biafe, don't you like yam? Oh. You're not the young type.
No, I'm the rice type. So anything rice.
Where is coming from? Okay. We have yam, we have rice, we have everything. And do you pass through in Kwanta before you go to?
I don't know Kwanta.
Oh, you don't know in the OT region?
Oh no, we don't.
You don't pass that route. You pass the other way.
We pass through Tamale.
Oh, okay.
Kitampo,
okay.
Thereabout, yeah.
Okay. I was thinking you passed through the OT route. Then I would have said, if you are family answer no weapon. So when they are joining parents, then when I come home, I will come for it, right? So before we move to our main topic for discussion, there've been a couple of we saw a couple of issues that trend during the previous week, and has to do with the New Patriotic Party demonstrating. In the course of the week, we had people who are so in intellect in these topics giving their fair knowledge about that. We saw people in the likes of Martin Pebu describing the current arrest under the NDC government as quiet, becoming too much than compared to the previous administration. For a second, I was quite surprised that was actually coming from Mr. Martin Pebu, because I started out to think about it through thoughtfully, and then I was like, well, maybe he has his own reasons to that. And then we also have in the case of Mr. Mohammed Khalid, who also said that before we can possibly state that a democracy is under siege, we should pay critical attention to some keynotes when we are rating Ghana globally. Ghana is being rated the 10th country. That shows that our democracy is not under siege. And then when it comes to Africa, we are the 4th. So what shows that our democracy is really under siege? Mr. Razak.
Okay, so thank you very much for having me today this morning. The statement that lawyer Martin Pebu made is not surprising to me. If you have followed lawyer Martin Pebu for some time, you would know that he's the kind of person that likes to fight for the constitution. He wants to ensure that the right things are done. Just that, his hatred for Nanado is clear, is plain, it's something that he's not able to hide it. It's just clear that he hates Nanado, and that's the issue we have with him. But stating that our democracy, or you see, President Mahama, as a fact, right, as stated by lawyer Martin Pebu, has arrested more people on the basis of free speech than Akufo-Addo did in the entire 8 years. They are just about 1.5 in office. You understand? So it tells you the gravity of the situation. And let me tell you, what they did, we have not even done up to a quarter of it.
Really?
I'm telling you, we have not done a quarter of it. You have Malik Basintali stating on campaign grounds that Dr. Bawumia is pork. Dr. Bawumia is a liar.
A pork?
Yes. And on social media, he posted Dr. Bawumia's picture with a pork in his hand and a head of a pig. You understand? So that tells you the gravity of the situation. But we didn't do anything to him. We didn't arrest him. We didn't arrest any other person in the NDC, to the extent that you have Felix Ofosu-Kwakye going to sit on TV to discuss the health status of the president. That's even the highest of it all. You sit on radio to discuss the health status of your president. You are not a medical doctor. You see, things went a bit too far, and I felt like we should have even arrested them, but we didn't do that because we had a president that wants democracy to thrive. We had a president that does not want to, limit free speech. And you hear people telling us that free speech does not mean you can say anything. And let me tell you, as a matter of fact, morally, it is not right to insult the president. Morally, it's not right. Right? But there is no specific law that says that insulting the president is a crime. There's no that law. So if, basically when they arrest you, they are charging you for false publication, causing fear and panic. That does not constitute to insulting the president. So this is why we believe that the president does not want people to speak. Something that they benefited so much. And it played a critical role in them coming into office. Today, they know that the route through which they get to power, if they allow people to explore that same route, it is going to cost them, and that's why they are arresting people up and down. But we are telling them that it's not going to do anything.
Okay.
It is not going to demoralize the NPP. It's not going to bring us down. We are getting more resolute. And if you listen to Honorable Dafia Moko, he stated that the arrest is taking away the goodwill of the NDC. And the fact is that the goodwill is already gone. He's now realizing that the arrest is taking it. But
you
gone.
accepted the fact that there is a goodwill under the current administration.
But it has always been the case. When you come into office the first time, there's that goodwill that goes with you.
Okay.
And as you rule and you go on, it diminishes. Today, as we speak, the goodwill that the NDC enjoyed when they came into power, it is gone. It is gone because there is no 133 shift system. It is gone because there is no 24-hour economy. It is gone because there's about 30-something% increase in unemployment. It is gone because there's a general failure on the part of government to deliver. So we are confident that going into 2028, we are going to win power. Not because, not because the NDC did not do well, but because the Ghanaian people have seen them.
Okay.
And not necessarily because they did not do well, even though they are not doing well. And that is the fact. They are not doing well. The only thing they have been able to do is to, stabilize the economy for some time now. And we are seeing the implications. The 1.7 billion that, Bank of Ghana incurred as a loss to the nation. We are seeing it. So you see, it is clear that we did better than them. And we can manage the economy better than they are doing.
Okay.
It is clear. Coming into 2028, we are clear in our minds that we are going to win power. But for now, we encourage the NDC and we ask them to tone down with the arrest of the people for free speech. They should tone down and they should focus on governance. It appears they are still in campaign mood. They still want to be doing the propaganda. But we expected them as, ordinary Ghanaians and people that can reason to move beyond the propaganda, to move beyond the politicking into governance. Deliver the essential goods for the Ghanaian people, the essential services that the Ghanaian people voted into office for. Deliver that to the Ghanaian people, and that is what we want. That's why they voted into office. But if you think that substantial part of your governance should be arresting people for free speech, arresting people for alleged false publication and all of that, it's not going to inure to your benefit.
But
and that is what we are seeing.
Same thing is happening in Senegal, where they've arrested 3 TikTokers for speaking against the president.
Did you hear what they said? The TikTokers. Did you hear what they said?
They were tarnishing the image of the president.
Was it speaking against the president specifically?
That was what was stated.
So does that justify the fact that it is wrong to arrest people for speaking against the president or the government? So Senegal should not be the standard of measure. Senegal should not be the standard. Ghana should be the example.
As a standard of measure, but it looks as if it has become the status quo right here in Ghana, where you can just wake up. I dispute the fact that it's wrong to speak against the president, whether MPP or NDC. Like, it's just bad. You can criticize. You are free to criticize whoever you want to, but it should be done respectfully.
Do you know the basis within which Baba Amandu was arrested? Because he posted that Dumso is back with President Mohammed's picture. That was why he was arrested. Do you support that arrest? Do you think it was right for him to be arrested, taken all the way from Kofurudi or so, bringing him back up here in Accra, arresting him and detaining him, giving him a bail condition for just this post? Is that what we want as a democracy? Clearly no. You will not be happy that you are arrested on the basis of criticizing the government and saying that Dumsov is back, when that is a statement of fact. Basically, insulting the president today is no longer an issue of defamation. It has become a criminal matter, which cannot even be found in our statutes.
Okay.
So what are we doing?
Okay. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Mr. Yafe, what are we doing? Is your government truly infringing the rights of the New Patriotic Party members as
not the rights of New Patriotic.
They
put it
also
in proper perspective.
No, listen, because your people stated it even when they went for the demonstration.
We are not talking about
it is
the
part.
Government.
It is part.
No,
they
this
talk
is
about TikTokers
it's
being
an issue
arrested.
of
It's an issue of national concern.
Yes, so you must
and
not
so
say the members of the New Patriotic Party.
Listen, because it looks as if your party is the only people complaining that our democracy is under siege.
That's not true.
Aside the party,
that's not true.
Lawyer
Martin Kpebu has said, and you just read it here.
Lawyer Martin
He's not a member of the NPP.
Lawyer Martin Kpebu is stating that the arrest is too much.
But is it not because of the fact that we said democracy and
that is what he stated.
No,
so aside that,
please.
It looks as if it's like you're not trying to get where I'm coming from.
No. Your statement is wrong.
No, what I'm saying is that during the previous administration, when we had demonstration of people demonstrating against your government pertaining to one or two issues, we have people and group demonstrating, and then we have individual bodies or independent bodies also demonstrating. But it looks as if what is going on right now has to do with something that is solely on the heart of the MPP government that they are demonstrating on. It looks as if it is only your party that sees the democracy under siege.
No. So let me tell you this: if a TikToker believes that the government is not doing right, regardless of the fact, or regardless of whether or not he is an NPP or NDC, you feel that what the government has done is something that you don't like. They are moving in a direction that does not, you think is not right for the progress of this nation. Then you set up your camera, you speak about what's going on that you don't like. Does that make you an NPP? No. So if you are arrested on that basis, is it an arrest?
Do you communicate?
Is it an arrest against a citizen of Ghana or a member of the NPP? You must understand that it is not everybody that criticizes the government that is a member of the NPP. That is a fact. So if we have decided that we are going to speak on behalf of the Ghanaian people, you don't tag it to only the NPP, because we are speaking for the whole of Ghana.
That is
and what we are saying is that democracy is under attack.
Okay.
The Ghanaian people are not allowed to talk, not the NPP alone.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Riafe, democracy is under siege.
That's what they are saying.
That is what
That's what the NPP are saying. Good. That's very good. Good morning to your cherished listeners. And then I would also like to greet all deputy constituent secretaries in Greater Accra, especially Ablikumanov Nadede and then Domia Brobo Dokas. And also I would like to give all my Ghana family members and friends, especially those in Ablikuma South, Afi, and then Happy New Year. Next year by this time, we'll move on, and then things will be well for all of us. On your topic, I think sometimes the NPP surprises me. There is this fact that they have to know that they were the first opposition party in government in Ghana. It's a fact that they were the first opposition party in Ghana, and they've not changed their modus operandi. Always lies upon lies, fabrications upon fabrications. And my brother was sitting here saying that Malik Basintale insulted Dr. Baumia, and what was the insult? He said Dr. Baumia eats pork. And this is an insult? So he should be arrested, and they didn't arrest him.
Don't drive that narrative. I said two things.
That Dr. Baumia eats pork.
Pot eater, and that he was a liar. He didn't finish what I said.
Can you allow
you
him?
Want to
did he say liar? Did he add liar to? Did he add liar to?
Yeah, I didn't
no,
hear
but if
you miss
Joe.
I have a right to correct.
Mr. Razak here, so let him land first.
He misquoted me to comfort himself in his submission.
I'm sure when you were talking, he might find something, but he didn't interject.
No, it was not. I didn't say anything relating to him.
Yeah,
He said something. He's trying to quote me for what I said.
There are a lot of things.
I'm not trying to be distracted.
That are not true.
I just want it to be said that he's quoting me right.
There are a lot of things that he said that are not true. But I kept quiet. And then what I just did was I confirmed that they are not true. I didn't interject him. So please, you can take note. So just saying that Dr. Baumia is a pocketer, Basintali should be arrested. You know, from Kwame Nkrumah's time, it was this same party, their grandfathers, who said Kwame Nkrumah has brought a god to the Osu Castle called Kankanyam. They published these things. And they are talking about arrest of people saying what? Honorable E.T. Mensah in 2001 just said that the plan has worked. He was arrested. He was then an MP. The late E.T. Mensah. And you are saying what? Who is arresting who? And you sit here and say Baba Amando was arrested just for saying that Dumso is back. My sister, according to Media Foundation for West Africa, Baba Amando was arrested for arrested for sharing digitally manipulated or AI generated images on Facebook. He took Facebook. he went to AI. And then what did he generate? Pictures depicting senior government officials, including President Mahama, in LGBTQ plus pride team outfits. You did this to a president and you are saying that you are arrested for what? Just writing Dumso is back. Like how? Lying in this age. One thing I want to tell the NPP. Now there is internet. And everything that you've done in the past cannot be erased. We can, by just a click of a button of your phone, you can check everything. So that type of politics of lying and throwing out lies is far gone. We are talking about morality here. Those that were arrested, what were their comments? What did they say? What did they do? Like someone like Baba Amando, you take your president, and then you put him in LGBTQ plus outfit and you post it. And presented the thing as if he was in that situation, which we all know is false. And you are telling me that the arrest is getting too much. You know, they are misleading their people and their supporters. They are telling their supporters that because Basintali said Baumia eat pork, you to go and say anything. And he was also talking about Felix Ofosu-Kwakye discussing the health of a president. Health of a president today. What made the late Professor Mills say that everybody has a card at the hospital? Then they were in opposition. What didn't they say about Professor Mills? And they are talking about democracy being under siege or being threatened. When they came to power, what didn't they do with power? They brought all these things. They came up with all this arrest of people saying this has posted this and this has posted that. Don't forget, late E.T. Mensah just said the plan has worked. And he was sent to BNI. He was arrested. And you are here saying that people have done this thing, and you are telling me that we should leave them and then the arrest is getting too much. One, if someone does something that is not right, let's arrest the person. It should serve as a deterrent to other people. You see, what is surprising me is, we come to government, you be in opposition, talk about all this. When you come to government, they come and preach morality. We should respect, we should do this. Meanwhile, you empower the people to do it. You empower the people. Can you tell me, he can't even tell me one falsehood that an NDC member propagated when we were in opposition. And you are doing all this and telling us that what? You see, the same police that were doing their work in their time, they are the same police doing their work now. Have you heard any government official saying that go and arrest this person or go and put this person? The police has an intelligence unit. They have the units that are always on social media monitoring what people are saying and doing. And then when they see that this person has to be arrested or be questioned for what he or she has posted, the person has to be careful whatever you say, because you be accountable. You have to be able to stand and say that yes, I said this thing and I'm supporting it. It is true. Okay. You just can't come and say anything and think that because it is democracy. Okay. Today they are telling us not to compare ourselves with other African countries. What didn't they do? What didn't they do? You see, this life that they are living in opposition, they are making politics unattractive to the youth. Let's speak the truth when it is due. Okay. Those that are doing those things, let's call them to order. Okay. And this time, someone will go and say all these things, and then after that, a party leader will go to the person's house, and then as if the person is a hero, they will go to court, and from the court they will be shouting, I'm a hero, for insulting and being arrested. What are we teaching the young ones? What are we teaching the young ones? When I entered, the Minister for Education was talking about reviewing their curriculum and talking about morality. These are the things we need to solve. My brother sat here and said the unemployment rate has increased. Where is he getting his facts from? Where is he getting the information from? As at 2024, unemployment rate was 13.6%. Now it is 13%. So where is the increase? You mentioned some percentage, 30-something%. Where is the increment coming from?
In the previous week, IMF brought out a survey where they stated that unemployment has increased. But it looks as if, I don't know whether there is a misunderstanding. You have to clarify for us. Because when the Minister of Finance also came to Parliament, he said a different thing. But what the IMF also brought on board is there is a vast sort of difference between what is being revealed in Parliament by the Finance Minister and what IMF is also bringing on board. So
our fact is what we take from Parliament.
Okay, so we should consider that of the Finance Minister.
That is it.
And boycott.
That is it. It's from Parliament that we are being spoken to. Okay. So just take what the Finance Minister said at Parliament. At Parliament, if there is any inaccuracies with it, they will raise it there, and then the differences will be sorted.
What did the Finance Minister say in Parliament? What was the rate?
So that is what I told you, that the current rate is 13%.
From what source?
So you mentioned increment of 30-something% without any source, and then I'm giving you the correct figure. So
because I don't want to disrupt you, that's why I allowed you.
Oh, okay. So from Ghana Statistical Service, you can check 13%. 13% compared to 2024 of 13.6%. And even before 2024 it even went to 18 and all those. So please, let's speak facts when we come on radio, and then because young minds are listening and then people are making their judgments from what we are saying. So please, as I speak to you now, it's not propaganda that will change anything. Okay. You can dream that you come to power in 2028, but your own party people are telling you that what you are doing is too much. Okay. So please, the NPP should stop the propaganda and then let's get our facts right. Thank you.
So the actual quarterly increase in the last published Ghana Statistical Service data was from 12.6% in the second quarter of 2025 to 13.0% in the third quarter. So the Finance Minister's media budget also put the average at 12.8%, down from 13.7% recorded in 2024. And then IMF said the youth unemployment in Ghana has been stubbornly high at 30%. From that is, they even give the range of ages between 15 to 24. So the 30% by the IMF came somewhere last week. So that is that. I hope I've clarified that, Mr. Razak.
Exactly.
Okay. So moving straight into our first topic for discussion. In the previous week.
But let's confirm, when was that posted by the Ghana Statistical Service, the one you showed me?
So let him look for it whilst I also put across our first topic for discussion. Then before you bring in your submission, then he can clarify that. So
Okay, that's fine.
right, during the previous week there was a reshuffle. So an announcement, a press release issued by the Minister for Government Communications, Felix Kwachi of Fosu, on August 7th, revealed that there've been a reshuffle. So we saw the majority leader being given the position as a Minister of Local Government. We saw the person of Gilbert Ajay being assigned to the Ministry of Interior, so he's now there. And then we saw Zaneto Rawlings also being given the position as the Minister for Science, Technology and Environment. Now this has brought a lot of speculations, and then one more person has to do with Mr. James Agalga. He has been reassigned as the majority leader for the NDC in Parliament. And of course of the week, there have been a lot of speculation on this particular issue. People were bringing in their views. Some were like, no, why will Mr. Ayariga be switched with James Agalga? What is happening? Some people are claiming that because Mahama Ayariga is not trying to work in alignment with the Speaker of Parliament, and so that is why he has been switched. Some people are also saying no, Mahama Ayariga has a fair knowledge in local government. I mean, he's best fit in that position. Let's give him that position. Others are saying no. And then you can, I don't know, but if you can remember, when the issue of the LGBTQ popped up, they passed the they passed the bill in the absence of the Speaker of Parliament. The Speaker came in and was like, no, that is not the directive I gave you. I said deliberate on the issue. Then when I come in, then we will now decide on whether the bill will be passed. Why do you have to pass it? Then we remember the reply of the majority leader, now the Minister for Local Government, stating that he has done his part. Whether the president will sign or not, it's none of their business. They've already passed it. So whether President Mahama has sent the bill, they have done their part. So people are saying that these are some of the small hitches that is making them reshuffle the majority leader. So as I speak to you right now, Mr. Mahama Ayariga is no longer the majority leader. He has been reshuffled as the Minister for Government and Local Government, and then we have James Agalga also sitting in
as the majority.
As the majority leader. What led to that reshuffle? Do you buy into the ideas of the people who say that Mahama Ayariga was not in alignment with? It's as if he's always off guard, because I can also vividly remember that he was among the people that was calling for the scrubbing of the OSP.
Yeah.
And then they went to Parliament, and he was the lead convener. He said,
and later on
the president said no.
Yeah.
So it looks as if, yeah.
They were the least.
So what led to this reshuffle?
Thank you very much. Before I go to that, I have to address something that was said here. That Baba Amando was arrested on the basis that he posted LGBTQI staffs. Please, I beg you. This is a post from Kojo Dynamic. Can you see it?
But not clearly. If you can see.
But you can see the colors of LGBTQ.
Yeah, LGBTQ
Dr. Baumia, Nanadu, Finance Minister.
Yeah.
Former Finance Minister.
Yeah, former Finance Minister.
And Afenyo Markin.
Yeah.
This guy was never arrested for posting this against the then president and the former president and the leaders of the party. He was never arrested. So that is what we talk about when we say, we are tolerant when it comes to democracy. The NPP is tolerant. We allow views of people. This is clearly against morality. But what we are saying is that it's not legislated morality. And also, it is important to state that your party, NDC, is the first political party in this country that is in power. And we see the LGBTI community people at our Independence Square, hugging and taking pictures of themselves, posting it on the social media, and nobody arrested them. We saw that in this country. Given that the current Minister for Communication told us that President Mahama will not know peace from his Sam George until he signs the LGBTQI bill. Did he say that or not?
No.
He said it. That man has gone silent. He doesn't want even to. He doesn't want to hear about neither to even talk of LGBTQI. That man has gone silent. So on the basis of principles, I think they are deficient. They don't have any principles as a party. We heard Ablakwa telling us that anybody that uses private jet when they are in government, he will resign. Is that man still not in office? Can you count the number of times people use jet when they came into office? Lack of principles. So what we are saying is that we as a party, we are tolerant when it comes to, abiding by democratic principle. We allow people to express themselves. So you are not even close when it comes to governance. The NPP is clear ahead of the NDC. Now coming to the issue of the reshuffle. I understand very well that there is a need for reshuffle. But what has happened, I think is not enough. Because Sam George, as the current Minister for Communication, I don't know what he's doing. The only thing he's been able to do is the restoration of the 399 data bundle. Aside that one, which one else? Which one? He has failed in all the fight he undertook with DSTV, with MTN, and all other. He has failed. He and the deputy, I don't know what they are. They should reshuffle them, let them go and rest. I mean, now Ghanaians are beginning to realize that it's not the church that governs. He's in office. What is he doing? At times you pick your phone, you can't even make call because network is very bad. And that man is still in office. I don't know what he's doing. So the reshuffle is not enough. We expected him to do. I mean, look at the performance and do the reshuffle according to your performance. You perform poorly. Who is handling the 24-hour economy thing? That person must be sacked. There are 133 formula. I mean, Ghanaians are disappointed, especially the women. You promise them, are you not disappointed? They promised you bank, women's involvement bank.
Why are you
that will give you
into my face?
you are a lady. That will give you interest-free loans, right, to develop yourself. It's been over close to 2 years in office. Have you seen that? Have you seen that? No. And the promises were given based on the 4-year mandate that they were going to be voted or they have been voted into office. It's based on the 4-year mandate. So look, what we are saying is that the government has performed poorly and there's the need for a lot of reshuffle to be done. A lot of ministries are not working. Randy Abbey at Cocoa Board is not doing anything. Cocoa Board, they are not being paid. They are suffering over there. Over 2 million cocoa farmers. And what are we doing? As a nation, and you see, this is the only reshuffle he can do. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that we have a country and we have a political party in government that promises us a lot of sweet things, and today, I mean, what they are delivering is very bad. Very bad. I mean, we were promised. The issue of job is something that we must take critical. I don't know where he got the statistics from, but it was probably just last week that unemployment has increased to about 30-something%. Did you give it to her? Sorry, you gave it to him. IMF published it.
Yeah, IMF published
right?
that last week.
And I asked you to tell me your date, the date for the statistics that you were showing. You didn't show me.
Oh, but he told you where
he said Ghana Statistical Service. I want the date. But it can be published last year. It can be last year. We are talking about now. It can be last year. What's the date? He didn't tell me the date. I'm telling you something that happened last week, published by IMF. Oh. When President Mahama came to Parliament, he told us that over 1 million people have found jobs. That was in 2025. Only for Ghana Statistical Service to come and tell us that it's 330,000. So what government gives you? Please allow me to speak. Please, what government gives you is not the exact reality on the grounds, except that you are telling me that Ghana Statistical Service is wrong and President is right. Is that what we are saying? Because it was clear. He said over 1 million people have found jobs in 2025 when he came to Parliament. Statistical Service said no, it's 330,000. Who are we believing? Who are we believing? So you see, that's what we are saying. Government should sit up. They have performed poorly. And on the basis of employment, Ghanaian people gave them massive mandate. On the basis of employment. Because we believe that, the implementation of 133 as a formula is going to create a lot of jobs for the Ghanaian people. A lot of jobs. You are in almost 2 years in office. That 133, we have not even seen the particles of it. We have not seen it. So we are saying that, look, please, allow people to talk and focus on governance. Focus on delivering on your promises. Focus on solving the Ghanaian people and the problems that the Ghanaian people are facing. That's what we are saying.
Mr. Wiafe, before you go, I can see it's like you've had an emergency call to attend to something very urgent. Before you leave, was the reshuffle really necessary? What led to that? As he said, is it because some of the ministers are not performing very well? And then especially with the majority leader being reshuffled.
Okay, so it's the same people that told us so. People have died and their positions are vacant and they are acting. It's 1 year since we lost our
8 gallant men.
With 2 of them were ministers of state, and then their positions were vacant, and then other ministers were acting for them. So there is the need that we replace them, and then so that's the basis for the there is nothing under beneath anything. You can have your conspiracy theories, but looking at what we have as a party in parliament and in government, this is what we are offering the people of Ghana. These are the kind of people that we believe that if we put them in this position, they will be able to work for us and work for us well. So people can have their conspiracy theories, but what we are telling you is it is time for us to make changes. And when we look at the people that has been appointed, you can't doubt their competence. And then Dr. Zenato, and then Honorable Kenneth, who has been a deputy defense minister before, and then he was at Housing, and now the defense minister, and Honorable Ayariga as the local government minister. I think it is a good choice that has been made. And I know Honorable Agaga too, with his experience in parliament and then being the leader of the party in parliament, I think the party will move to the next level. And our brothers can make all the noises they want. They can come up with all the conspiracy theories and then all those kind of things. But we are working, and then we are focused on serving Ghana.
So are you debunking the claim that these people are being reshuffled because not with the exception of Mrs. Zaneto being assigned to the Ministry of Environment and Science, and Gilbert Ejay to the Ministry of Defense? Now it's like the key focus is on the majority leader. People are saying he has been reshuffled because he's not working in alignment with the president, and it's not working in alignment with other officials. And they cite examples like the LGBT law, which they went ahead to commence.
So those are the conspiracy theories we are talking about. But the fact is, at this point in time, this is where we can put him, and then he will work very well. At a time when we reshuffled parliament in opposition, people came up with conspiracy theories, but at the end it worked for our good. And then we know that we as party members and then Ghanaians, we believe that the president's choice, the party's choice, it's very good, and then it will work for the good of all Ghanaians. And I don't call this a reshuffle sort, because it's only one ministry that someone was removed and then the others were replaced and those kind of things. So all the ministers are doing very well. They are giving us the good conditions that we are enjoying now. So I believe that things are going on well.
Okay. Last one before you go. Mr. Razak made a claim that he cites example of some ministers that are performing poorly, and then he mentioned the current Minister for Communication and Digital Technology, Samnati George, and he said these are one of the ministers that should
come up with what their Minister for Communication did. You see, it's for the people of Ghana to judge. We are working for the people of Ghana. They are the best judges, not NPP, and then they are not that I'm
but the opposition is also supposed to
aside the fact
act
that
as a watchdog to ensure that
so
government does there.
So you come to equity with clean hands. So when you are coming, you tell them this was my performance, and this thing is what is going on, and it's not well. What I'm saying is, it's up to Ghanaians to judge whether our ministers are working or not. What we know is our ministers are working for the people of Ghana, and they are working very well.
Okay.
So it's not up to my brother to come up with. But you can come up with all these allegations, and because some judge had been a thorn in their flesh when they were in power, you can see from his vetting and all those kind of things. You can see that they have some kind of hatred for him. And he's putting them to shame. That's why they are. So we are not perturbed. We know our ministers are working, and at the right time we'll give them.
Okay.
It saddens my heart that my brother is telling me to mention what my minister did when he was in power, as against to some George. I mean, it is very sad. What kind of politics of equalization is this? Was that what you promised the Ghanaian people? That you were coming to help the Ghanaian people solve their problems. Today, because you have not done anything, you are asking us to tell you what we did before. You will not tell us what you are doing. It is sad. And I have said that this man, Sam George, he should be taken out of office. Significantly, he should be taken out of office. Because, look, that man is not doing anything. That you can't even mention one thing that he has done aside the restoration of the 399 cedis bundle. Today, if you buy bundle 10 cedis, in the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes time is gone. I mean, you are using phone. You can testify to what I'm saying. It doesn't take much longer as he used to. And that man is still in office. He was telling us that he wants to reduce data bundles and all of that. Started a fight with MTN and he failed at the end of the day. He started a fight with DSTV. He wants to decrease the price of DSTV subscription. At the end of the day, he failed again. He's still there, taking salaries. And he's moving around, taking per diems. And that man is not doing anything. Meanwhile, he's taking money. His own deputy, when we asked him to define code, and he couldn't do it. So you see, that's what we are saying. That man and the deputy, they must be taken out. At least they should get a much better person that can do the work.
Okay, so
the fact that the majority leader has been reshuffled, I mean, substantially, I agree with the assertion that it appears he's not working with the speaker. That is why he's been reshuffled. As to whether that is true, I don't know, and I can't tell. I mean, it was said. I heard when lawyer Martin Kibu was, stating it.
Yeah.
So I believe that. I mean, to some extent, he played a role, but I don't know whether
that was a major cause.
That was a major, he played a major role in his reassignment. But I think that the issue of LGBTQI, the politics around it and the back and forth with it has to end. It has to end because it was a clear promise you made to the Ghanaian people that you wanted or you were going to sign the bill and that you were going to make it a law. As we speak, we have a much more reduced, a much more moderate law in the LGBTQI.
Right.
As compared to what we had under Akufo-Addo. This is a much more moderated, a much more flexible one. But still, we are still having issues in, passing it into law and making it work. Meanwhile, when they came into office, we saw the activities of LGBTQI. To some extent, it was happening in this country, and there's a need for us to have a law that deals with this.
Okay.
And you promise that. We only hope that, or we are, admonishing that you work on your promise, deliver on your promise, and that is it. We are not asking much from you. We are asking you, based on what you promised the Ghanaian people.
Okay.
That's all we want.
So does the reshuffle signals a change in the president's priority?
I mean, based on the performance of whoever he appointed into whichever position, if he's dissatisfied, I mean, it is within his right to reshuffle and reposition that person to where he thinks is a better fit. But on the issue of the LGBTQI, I think there hasn't been that commitment.
Okay.
There hasn't been that commitment to delivering on it, and the majority leader, being reshuffled. I mean, maybe it's for good for them, but we know that we expect them, and we know that they are going to, at the end of the day, I don't know what am I even saying. They are not doing to the best expectation of Ghanaians. So we are saying that they should sit up. That's all. They should sit up.
Okay.
Knowing very well that we are coming in 2028.
Another concern that was raised was with regards to Zaneto Rawlings. A lot of people were expecting her to be reassigned to the defense ministry. And then all of a sudden, like, it came as a blow and a shock to everyone when she was reassigned to take over the Ministry of Science, Technology. And then we have the former Minister of Defense, Dominic Nitiwu, stating that his intelligence at the Jubilee House with Dr. Zaneto Rawlings, he sees her as someone who do not stand a chance of going to head the Ministry of Defense. But now when you look at a brief profile on Zaneto Rawlings, she brings a background in medicine, not only medicine, public service, peace and security studies, and parliamentary leadership. Then one thing is that she also has executive masters in conflict, peace and security from the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, and she also has a certificate in defense management. So what shows that she doesn't stand or she doesn't fit?
Yeah, so you see, aside the fact that she has a qualification, the political interest is also there. The leader, the interest of the president is that's even it plays the 90%,
like the ultimate.
Role. Yes, the ultimate interest of the president plays 90% role in appointing whoever into that ministry, because the person is going to work for for the Ghanaian people, but on the instruction of the president.
Okay.
So what we're saying is that the president, I believe, did not see her fit to lead that role. For whatever reason, I don't know. But I believe that the president didn't want her there. And that is why she wasn't sent there. It has nothing to do with whether she has the qualification.
Or not.
You might have the qualification, but the will of the president, supersedes that. So I see that she didn't stand a chance.
You also see her?
Yeah, she didn't. Not that she didn't qualify, she didn't stand a chance.
I want to get that properly.
So she didn't stand a chance means that the president, right, did not want her there. Not because she didn't have the will, the qualification. But the president did not simply want her there.
Based on his own reasons?
Yes.
Should we put it that way?
Yes, based on his reason and maybe for the party. Maybe for the interest of the party.
But in the future, do you see her occupying a position like that, or maybe higher position?
Yeah, there's always that possibility. There's always that possibility because you don't know the next set of leadership that will come after President John Dramani Mahama, and the structure that the party will go with. So if most of these things are in factions, right?
Yeah.
So if it happens that within that circle there's a faction that she belongs to that takes over the leadership of the party, and eventually they are able to win power maybe in some years to come.
Okay.
She might be considered for that position.
But do you see her doing well at the Ministry of Science and Technology?
I mean, she's an industrious woman. We can't take that from her.
Okay.
She's an industrious woman, so we expect that she delivers. Yes.
Now, talking about Gilbert Ejay, he was once a deputy defense minister. I think way back in 2017. No, let me get my facts correct before I say something here. But then he was a deputy defense minister. A lot of people didn't know that, so they feel like he just came out of the blues, and then all of a sudden he's being given that position. Do you trust his capabilities?
I do. For you to be in the first place considered for that position, there needs to be that kind of trust in you by the president. And I tell you, I already said that supersedes whatever decision or whatever qualification you have. So you must catch the trust of the president in the first place. And he's been able to do that. And that is even, for me, I believe if I was in that position, I would choose the senator to go for defense.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But, the president has a reason why he did that.
But you see, people are also stating that this is a form of politics, and that when they give her that position, it's going to.
Yes. So I heard this narrative.
Also heard that?
I heard these narratives. People are saying that it appears she's not so much into the President Mohammed's faction. Or
okay.
So that might also be there. I don't know. I can't speak for a fact.
Okay.
I'm only stating what I heard before they will come and arrest me.
So if I want to read meaning to what you said, someone not belonging to your cohort and you giving her a position means that is it that she opposed
there's
to?
That rumor. So we don't know yet.
Okay.
Or we can't confirm the veracity of it. But for her to even be considered for a ministerial position, it says that the president maybe has some trust in her.
But don't you think it was because people were calling for it? Do you remember last year when these 8 gallant men lost their lives? There were lots of false speculation that
I don't
she
think
has
it's
been
because
assigned.
people were calling for it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so, because you remember when it happened, the pressure then that was mounted on the president.
Yeah.
If he was reacting to those pressure, he would have done it long ago.
Oh, okay.
You understand? But he did it as and when he thinks it's necessary.
Okay.
So I don't think it plays a role.
So let's go to the last but not the least, James Agalga.
Okay.
I saw an interview where he was being asked, and the journalist was like,
James Agalga, which constituency is that?
Busa North.
Busa North.
Yes, Busa North.
Busa North. Okay,
yes.
That is Sandema side.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the journalist was like, you are going to meet Afenyo Makin right there in Parliament. Are you sure you can stand him? He was like, I don't fear him. We all came to Parliament the same time, the same day.
No, but you see, nobody has to fear anybody. He
Not fear in a sense that you scare the
it.
personality of the person.
Yes.
But you see how sort of Afenyo Makin makes things like, he makes simple things quite difficult, complicated for the majority in Parliament.
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
I don't agree with that.
It doesn't make things complicated?
No, he doesn't. He only
Is
stated.
it because
it's about your conviction. It's about your
okay.
conviction.
Okay.
When you believe in something, you state it forcefully. So it's not that he's making simple things. No, that's clearly not the case. And as I stated, Honorable James Agalga is coming to deliver on his mandate as a majority leader.
Okay.
Afenyo is delivering on his mandate as minority leader.
Okay.
So nobody has to fear anybody. If you can make your statement, your conviction, your submission forcefully, do that. So far as it is going to help you in your bid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're saying. But I have a problem with Honorable James Agalga because I know Sandema very well. I went to Sandema Senior High School, Sansek.
Okay.
And since 2015, I mean, I went there in 2016. I completed in 2018. The way Sandema was when I went there, it's still the same thing it was today.
No
the
change.
roads are bad. No development. I mean, it's sad. He's the MP for the area. And if you go to Fumbisi to Bulsa South, the same thing. I don't know what they are doing. The place is very bad. Look, if you take a car from Yagba Kubori that Honorable Mustafa has given us tie roads all over the place, right? If you go take car from there and you are going to Sandema, right? By the time you get there, the dust on your body, hey. Sometimes I sit in the car, or I was always in the car, and then I'm wondering why these people keep voting for the people they are voting for, despite the fact that there's no development. I was wondering why. Because up to today, the situation has not changed, and they keep voting for them. I don't know what the problem is. It's sad. So I don't doubt the competence of Honorable James Agalga, but I have a problem with what he's doing in his constituency.
So
because the place is not developing.
Now this.
I mean, we trade with Bursa South from BC, and sometimes in Sandema. So the people of Yagbakubor constituency, that's the bigger market there is Sandema from BC market.
Okay.
So we go there almost every market day, and even days that are not market day, you go to buy things. Because they have they have a larger market, and the road is so bad that whenever you are going there, you are even scared. Very, very bad. The Yagbakubor constituency, we have tie roads. Meanwhile, your Honorable James Agalga, he's been in Parliament before Honorable Mustafa Yusuf. Today we have tie roads all over the constituency. Meanwhile, you that you've been in Parliament for only God knows how long, you have not been able to help the constituency. When it comes to transportation, it's sad. I'm stating this, with a sad heart, with pains, because I feel for the people of Sandema and from BC. I feel for the people of Bursa South and Bursa North. They don't deserve that.
So, is there any criteria that the president focused on to select this people?
Yes, there should be some criteria.
So I asked that because of what you said. If somebody is supposed to be promoted to occupy a position that is higher than what he used to occupy, there should be a criteria that shows that this person is performing.
If you observe, there is something that they call parliamentary communication or parliamentary debate. There's that parliamentary debate. It has to take someone who has a sharp mind.
Okay.
Right. It has to take someone who is capable of stating his facts without mincing words. Stating his submission and standing on his principle without mincing words.
Okay.
He has to take that person. It's not now that you put someone there that minority leader will stand up and hammer, and he can't even remember anything to counter that claim. You understand? So he has to take with someone that has that sharp brain.
Smart, yeah.
Yes. Someone that is able to recollect and someone that is able to, submit without mincing words, without breaks.
So James Agalga fit that position?
I mean, this question should be answering by the NDC because I don't know if he does.
I asked that because of what you said.
I believe he's fit.
Okay.
I don't doubt that. I believe he's fit.
Okay.
The only thing I don't support is the fact that he's not helping the constituency when it comes to the issue of transport.
Okay.
That's what I know, and I'm so sad that he's performing poorly on that. If he was to be Yagbakubor constituency, we'll vote him out. We'll vote him out. We want development too. Sure. We'll vote him out.
What if he is doing other things that is not known to you?
There are when it comes to the growth of the economy, there are some key things that has to be considered. Transport is very key.
Okay.
Yeah, it is very key to helping your people in terms of transportation and economic progress. Transportation is key, very, very key. That's why if you go there, the people are dying on motorbikes, cars accidents all over because the roads are bad.
Okay.
You buy a car, it won't take up to 1 year. Then when you see the car in the next 6 months, it's looking like a car that has been used for over some time because of the bad nature of roads.
Of the road.
Yes.
Okay. One question before we move to our second topic for discussion. Should we see this reshuffle as a punishment or as a means to improve these ministries that have new officials being assigned there or it's a punishment to these people, or it's an improvement? So we should hope for more and better, something better.
What I can only say is that I hope the reshuffle works in favor of the Ghanaian people.
Okay.
Because what they have done so far with the majority in parliament is to pursue cause that basically are not inuring to the benefits of the Ghanaian people.
Okay.
The issue of the tribunals, the issue of a lot of laws that has been passed that are not, in our view, they are not helping the Ghanaian people. 24-hour economy is something that we are waiting for it to be implemented in its full force. I mean, so if James Agalga is coming, maybe the president believes that James Agalga will be able to help them achieve the 24-hour economy.
Okay.
So that's what I think. So we expect them to deliver on that mandate. You understand? So it appears that Honorable Mahama Yarga has failed in that regard. He failed in helping, Parliament implement the 24-hour economy law and making the necessary laws that will make it work, and to the extent, by extension, it reached to the government.
Okay.
The failure is on the government. So the government failed in that regard.
Whatever this reason may be, we hope that it bears forth a better outcome. Yeah. So our next topic for discussion: former Tema Oil Refinery managing director was convicted in United States, and that was because he was engaged in some activities to establish a power plant right here in Ghana, which cost us, a loss amounted to $1 million. But let's read this and see what led to that. What led to this loss of money, and what actually did he engage himself in? The people who was engaged in this particular let me call it project, but at the end of the day, we can't see it, and the money too is nowhere to be found. So the case involves Asante Kweku Beko, a dual U.S. Ghana citizen. He is a former executive director at Goldman and later served as managing director of Tema Oil Refinery. So the alleged scheme happened somewhere between 2014 and 2017. U.S. prosecutors said Beko conspired with others to bribe Ghanaian government officials to help a Turkish energy company, AXA Energy, win a contract to build and operate a multi-million-dollar power plant right here in Ghana. So what they allege he did, so this is what I will mention what it has been alleged that he did. So 1, he paid bribes to Ghanaian officials to secure approvals. This include $5,000 each to 5 Ghanaian officials during an all-expenses paid trip to Turkey in April 2015, and $20,000 to officials at the Ministry of Power referred to as the MOP girls. So total bribes, prosecutors told Brooklyn jury the group paid more than $1 million, with some felons citing hundreds of thousands of dollars and more than $700,000. SEC alleged he facilitated as much as $4.5 million. So used the U.S. financial system. So payments were allegedly laundered through United States and foreign bank account, including account in his name. So he did that in his name. U.S. attorney said he relied on the United States banking system to execute his scheme. So the Goldman link, at the time he was on Goldman's team managing financing for the project, held a 16% stake in the Turkish company. Prosecutor says Beko hid the scheme from Goldman's compliance, and the bank later pulled out after red flags. So let's look at the charges of the United States. So Beko was charged with violating the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, bribing foreign officials, conspiracy to violate the Foreign Corrupt Practice Act and also conspiracy to commit money laundering. He was arrested at London's Heathrow Airport, fought extradition and was extradited from the United Kingdom to the United States in July 2024. He was arraigned in Brooklyn Federal Court and pleaded not guilty. So trial opened in Brooklyn in July 2026, with prosecutors telling jurors the defendant was at the center of every piece of it. So separately, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission sued him in 2020. In a settlement 23 days ago, Beko agreed to pay about $329,000 described as net profit plus interest, without admitting or denying the allegation. So what happened next is that if convicted, he might face up to 20 years for money laundering, conspiracy, and then 5 years for each foreign corruption act count. That is to the U.S. law, and the U.S. DOJ says the case is about rooting out bribery that creates unfair advantages and exploit the United States financial system. So the key note here is that the charges are allegations. Beko is presumed innocent unless proven guilty, but Goldman was not accused of wrongdoing and cooperated with investigations. So this is what transpired when the former managing director of Tema Oil Refinery was occupying that position. He engaged in a whole lot of transactions to build a power plant here in Ghana, involving some companies and some people. Now it is known that it's Kanye who may be a foul. He bribed people here, officials here in Ghana and US. Oh, they are fatna here. He sent it outside. Mr. Razak, what does this mean for Ghana?
So you see, I don't even know what to say.
You will say it.
Because
it'll come.
I mean, let me state this.
Okay.
That all of this happened under President John Dramani Mahamad's regime.
No. 2014 to 2017.
2017 what?
And 2017 was when your government was
2017 what? 2017 which month?
It wasn't stated.
You know, we took power 7 January 2017.
2014 to 2017. So okay, so let's say that part of the NDC and MPP government.
No. MPP has no hand in this.
Is that what you are saying?
Please. The contract, everything, the payment, the bribes, and everything that they leached from Ghana was done by the NDC. You understand?
I'm trying to.
They said from 2014 to what?
2017.
Who was in power in 2014?
2014 was the NDC.
2015.
It was NDC.
2016.
NDC. Then the election took from ending 2016. People came in January 2017.
January 2017.
Yeah.
Yes. That was when we came into power.
Yeah.
So what was our contribution to that crime as a party? What was our contribution? You don't know.
No, I should be asking you that.
So what I'm saying is that
you're fishing.
No,
fish
what I'm saying is that the MPP
that.
came into office, and you see, it's sad that all of these crimes, all of these criminal activities that the NDC did was done at the time that there was no light in this country. It was done at the time that doom saw all over the country, at the time that we were paying high for electricity. You remember in the later part of, I think it was 2016 or so, the minister then for power for energy, he resigned, and the allegation is that he resigned with $1 million in bribes being sent to his account. So this is what we are saying as a country. The government of NDC is coupled with a lot of corruption scandal as compared to the NPP. You remember government official 1? Was it not the NDC? a lot of corruption scandals against the NDC. And this, as I stated, happened at the time that we were suffering as a country. Meanwhile, you hear them saying, we solved the doomsday situation. Meanwhile, you sold Ghana out. You sold Ghana out.
Yeah. So it happened under the NDC.
Yes. Under the NDC. Oh, you were checking?
No, I needed to confirm.
It happened under the NDC. NDC did it. Right? These are the people that...
The way you are putting it is funny. No,
yes, they did it. It is their work. So it's sad. It's sad that this is happening, or this happened at the time that we as a country, we're crying. We didn't have electricity. Companies were shutting down. Unemployment at its peak. And people, they have the heart. Heart that is so, wicked that they steal an amount of $1 million. They take an amount of $1 million in bribes to give a contract to a company that is not worth it. So you see, these are some of the things that affects us as a nation. If I pay $1 million to get a contract, do you think I'll do due diligence? And you can't even hold me to account for it because I've already settled you. So you see, it is sad. So look, we hope that Ghana gets a leader like Dr. Bawumia. Ghana gets a leader like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Like, you will see the development we'll get in this country. You will see the kind of improvement that Ghana will receive under Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But in the meantime, when we said we want to deal with corruption and its related activities, what do we mean? We mean that we are doing regime accountability, we are doing post-regime accountability, we are going to deal with whichever or whoever is involved in corruption, whether NPP, NDC, CMP, PMP, whatever. But is that what the NDC stand for? No. Because when they came into office, the corruption cases that were being tried in the court of competent jurisdiction, they discontinued such cases. All of those cases has been discontinued. The case against Governor Dufo, the case against Governor Siama, the case against Atufosin, a lot of them, they discontinued them. So for someone to tell me that, okay, I want to come and fight corruption. If you bring me into power, fight corruption, I will recover 21 billion. How much have they recovered? And the cases that they'll be continued, what are the fate of those cases? The Ghanaian people should have, they should know what is coming out from the court, the outcome of the case, and then they will make meaning out of it. But you discontinue those cases and you come to tell me that you want to fight corruption. Where is the commitment? So you only fight corruption or cases that are against members of the NPP. But in cases against your own members, you don't have the zeal, you don't have the interest. There's no commitment to fighting against those corruption cases or dealing with those cases to find, whatever the case the state deserves out of it. So you see, this is a government of inconsistency, contradiction, lack of commitment to fighting corruption, and they have their hands in corruption already. Yes, just recently, Sedina Tamakulu, she was convicted in absentia. And we told you that when NDC comes into office, they will bring her back and pardon her. This is something we predicted. We said it. Today, she has been left off the hook. She's been left off over 200 million Ghana cedis. So, you see, Ghana is losing. Ghana is the one losing. Look, when they said they were coming to retrieve the 21 billion under oral, have you seen any amount that has been recovered?
We are yet to.
Nothing. What they've only done is to convict Guntumi on the basis that he allowed someone to do mining, illegal mining on his concession. That's what they did. Meanwhile, the alleged miner himself has not been convicted. So this will tell you the political targeting, the political persecution, the selected justice delivery. We are in a state of melancholy, a state of, the state is I don't even know how to describe it, but this is not what we subscribed for. the NDC should do regime and post-regime accountability. Regime and what? Post-regime accountability. We heard that about 292 million Ghana cedis was used to purchase sanitary pads. And when you do the mathematics, they are buying one sanitary pad for 45 Ghana cedis. That matter, we no longer talk about it. Because look, we are noting all of them down. The day NPP comes back to office, we will deal with them. We will deal with all of those cases. Over 1 point something billion, loss that has been incurred by the Bank of Ghana. When we are telling them all of these things, they don't want to listen. But we are noting them. The day will come. Recently, I heard a case, the Republic versus one guy, that he's been given an amount of 151 Ghana cedis, 151 million cedis to buy gold, by a gold board. The man did not buy the gold, and he has run away. They are chasing him in court to retrieve their money. Why did you not do compliance checks? Why did you not do you don't verify documents to know if the person has the capacity? And what influence the decision to award the contract to that person? If you know that the person didn't, as part of the claims that they are seeking in court, is that the person didn't have the right documents to secure the deal, but he did. The gold board signed for him 151 million Ghana cedis. Let me not talk much, so that they will not come and arrest me. I'm scared. I don't want to be arrested.
You're scared. So does this case damages the reputation of Ghana to attract foreign investments, especially to the energy firm?
Yes, it did. Because as part of the information, they told us that they paid a lot of money to a lot of people, government officials.
Yeah.
That was the then government officials and John Dramani Mohammed's appointees. They paid money to them to secure that deal. They secured the deal and left us in darkness. After we have paid, you see, I don't want to talk much. They will arrest me. I don't want to talk much.
They will arrest you.
Yeah, they will arrest me.
But if you know whatever you are stating or putting across there carries facts, why should you be scared?
But we don't even know what is wrong again and what is right. Because when they come and arrest you, they will now begin to bring in new ways that you are causing fear and panic. You are destabilizing the state. Meanwhile, you are only stating facts. So it's this country, we are no longer safe. We are no longer safe at all.
So should there be an audit power projection?
on which of them? On the energy sector?
Yes.
Hey. I mean, this is the government that perpetrated that criminal activities. I'm not sure they will do due diligence. If there is a need for that, they will not do due diligence because it will further expose their incompetencies and their evil doings.
But has it not been the case since? I mean, with all politicians, with all party members, all politicians we have here in Ghana, when this happens, they try to cover up. Or that's not the case?
Well, I can't speak to that one. I don't know if you are aware of something, you can tell us.
That is why I'm asking. That has this not been the case?
I'm not aware whether that's the case. But I know for NPP, we do things with Ghana at heart. We do things with a lot of clarity to the Ghanaian people. We were not hiding anything. That is why today when they said...
You were not hiding anything. So how come we got to know that deceased were being paid?
Which disease?
Ghosts were being paid. After you left office, we realized that NSS personnel's money that were meant for them were being given to ghosts instead of humans. But we got to know this after your government left power, not when you were in power.
Are you stating it as a fact?
I must say that was what was being revealed by oral.
By oral. Are you aware the case is in court?
Yes, it's still in court.
Have you seen any conviction on that matter?
Yet to.
So that means it may not be true.
But so long as the issue has popped up, or so long as it has been revealed, it means something of that sort went on.
But don't you think the leaders answer then would have questions to answer? Don't you think he would have a response to those claims? And that's why she or he is in court. They are two, he and she.
Yeah, they are two.
That's why they are in court.
Yeah.
So they will answer to that. It is only when they are convicted that you can state it as a fact. because our laws provide that you must be innocent until you are proven or pleaded guilty. You understand?
So to you, this two, the he and she,
as we speak, they are innocent.
So they are proven guilty. Well, that is what the law states.
Yes.
But
so now they are innocent.
So now they are innocent. Yes, that is what we will accept for now until they are done. Ghana for us. What does this this picture paint about dual citizenship? I don't know whether you remember this. Some time back, Parliament want to make a law where someone with dual citizenship can hold a position in Ghana. This is someone who is half Ghanaian, half some like his half is a Ghanaian, his half is from USA.
Yeah, so
and he was a managing director.
This is interesting. I mean, there was an amendment to article. I don't know if it's Article 8 of the Constitution, and is it the Citizenship Act? Yes, there was this amendment because initially positions like Chief Justice, President, Vice President, Speaker, you were not allowed to hold those positions. But the amendment has brought some changes that allow certain dual citizens to have, to hold certain positions. I think that the reason behind the restriction in that regard is good. Because look, if I know that Ghana is in fire, I can run to America as a citizen of America. Do you think I'll do, exclusive commitment to Ghana? I may not do, because I know that I'm a dual citizen. If the here doesn't fit me, I'll go here. But as a Ghanaian, you want to do what is good for Ghana, so that at the end of the day, Ghana becomes a better place for all of us. So there are certain positions that they must be restricted. If you want to be Ghanaian, you must be Ghanaian.
Okay.
You want to be American and a Ghanaian at the same time, and you want to hold a high, office in Ghana. We are doubting your commitment to the nation as a citizen. It is definitely going to be in doubt, and so I think that it's good that the restriction is being made. That amendments, I disagree with it to some extent, because I mean I can't challenge it now because I'm not a lawyer. If I become a lawyer, I may want to pursue that.
But you're on the path to becoming
so
a lawyer.
If eventually I become a lawyer, I'll pursue that. So that we'll see, the framers of the Constitution, the intendment in that Constitution, and ensure that we do the right thing.
Okay. So with what you are saying, it has to do with Act 527 amended Article 8 Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution.
Good, Article 8.
Yeah, to allow dual citizens hold public office in Ghana, except for some high positions.
Yes.
But the current one, they want to
further dilute it.
Yes, dilute it where you can be like a Chief Justice in Ghana here.
You can be like a commander of the armed forces. And that is sad.
So looking at this, what is happening here with this man, Beko, being a dual citizen with what he has done?
You will not do diligence for the country. You will not. Look at what has just happened. You are in America, paying bribes to Ghanaians to secure a deal. Meanwhile, you are not even going to deliver. I mean, it's supposed to be a competitive competition of ideas, competitive process. I mean, if you are capable in terms of your instruments and your machines, I mean, if it satisfies the conduct and you are being awarded, that's it.
Okay.
You are coming to influence it, and at the end of the day, you will not do due diligence. You will not deliver on the mandate that has been given to you, but you are going to receive payment on the deal, making money out of Ghana, leeching from the poor Ghanaian. Because I don't know, you are in America. You have dual citizenship, and there's war between America and Ghana. Where do you stand?
Yeah, so
these are the questions we have. So imagine you are an American. You also have Ghanaian citizenship. You are commander in. I mean, you are the Ghana Armed Forces commander or something like that. And there's war between Ghana and America. Where are you going to stand?
Yeah, that is going to be tough. Very, very tough.
So that restriction is very important. It's necessary we have it, so that you don't have people that will backstab Ghana when there's the need for certain actions to be taken to safeguard the country.
Okay. So it should be given to people so by birth.
Yes.
Both mother and father
Those
side.
who are proud to be Ghanaians and are ready to deliver for Ghana.
Oh, come on. Does it mean that if someone, if per se my dad is an American and my mom is a Ghanaian, it means I'm not proud to be a Ghanaian?
No, you may be proud to be Ghanaian.
Because I have the blood of like a Ghanaian in me and that of an American in me. So.
So you must stand at one place. That's what we are saying. For the sake of the country and the security of the country, stand at one place.
Okay. And Mr. Razak, before we go, can US help Ghana file for asset forfeiture? Can we? Can US help Ghana file for an asset forfeiture and repatriation under anti-corruption treaties?
Ghana is a sovereign state, so we have jurisdictional immunity. There are things that solely we can do as a country, and there are things that another country is not allowed to
do
impose on us as a country. That's why we are sovereign as a nation. So if that is going to be done, we must be Ghana doing it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And please, your last words.
Well, my last word. Thank you to your cherished listeners, yourself, and the entire production team of Ghana Talks Radio. It's a pleasure to always come here and share my thoughts on issues of national importance. I want to extend my sincere greetings to Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, the Member of Parliament for Yagba Kubari constituency. And I also want to extend my greetings to the entire constituents of the Yagba Kubari constituency. I mean, they've given the Member of Parliament a mandate for four years, and he's been doing excessively well. So we encourage them to give us the mandate again, coming 2028, for we are going to do a lot with Dr. Baume in office as a president. The constituency is going to be massively devolved. So we thank them very much for the mandate. On behalf of Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, I express my sincere gratitude and appreciation for the mandate given to the Member of Parliament.
Okay. And so this is how we end.
Going into elections, the NPP is electing its executives. I support the bid of Honorable Mavis Hawakumsin, the women's organizer.
For NPP?
For NPP.
Flying Python.
She's an industrious woman that must be protected at all costs. She must be, given the mandate. Let's not mince words and let's not make any mistake. I mean, if we must secure victory in 2028, she has to be in office as a women's organizer. Yes, she has to be in office. So thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, that's my producer's personal person. So I was asking him, say,
Ah, okay.
So that you vote massively for Howard Kumsin. So that's how we end this on the second segment of the Breakfast Show. This has been so engaging and educative. You heard from the MPP communication team member Abdul Razak Hadi and also Eugene Kweku Wiafe, NDC constituency deputy secretary for Ablekuma South. And I am Deborah Ador. So thank you so much for sticking tuned. Bye-bye.